Tensions in the Middle East have escalated dramatically as the United States and Iran exchanged fresh military strikes for the second consecutive day, raising fears that hopes for peace in the region may once again be slipping away. The latest developments come after US President Donald Trump declared that the ceasefire with Iran was effectively over and warned that any further attacks on commercial shipping would invite a much stronger American response. Well, the latest round of conflict began after the United States launched fresh airstrikes on Iran's southeastern port city of Chabahar and several other strategic locations. And according to the US Central Command, or also known as CENTCOM, nearly 19 Iranian military targets along the country's coastline were struck. The operation reportedly targeted maritime infrastructure, military facilities, and assets that Washington says were being used to threaten international shipping in the Strait of Hormuz. US officials stated that civilian port facilities and critical energy infrastructure were deliberately avoided during the operation. And the renewed strikes were reportedly triggered by attacks on commercial cargo ships passing through the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most important oil shipping routes, and Washington blamed Iran for targeting the vessel and accused Tehran of disrupting freedom of navigation in international waters. President Donald Trump warned that if Iran continued attacking commercial shipping, the US response would become even stronger. Speaking aboard Air Force One, Donald Trump claimed that American forces had inflicted significantly greater damage on Iran and said that every attack by Tehran would be met with a much larger retaliation. He also stated that the United States had already achieved military superiority and questioned whether Iran would honor any future peace agreement. Iran, however, responded swiftly, and the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps announced that it had launched a joint missile and drone attack on American military bases in Kuwait and Bahrain. And according to Iranian state media, the targets included Camp Arifajan and Ali Al Salem Air Base in Kuwait, along with Sheikh Issa Air Base and the US Naval Support Activity in Bahrain, which serves as the headquarters of the US Fifth Fleet in the Persian Gulf. Authorities in both Kuwait and Bahrain activated emergency warning sirens following reports of incoming missiles and drones. Kuwait's military confirmed that its air defense systems had been deployed in order to intercept hostile aerial threats. Iran warned that if the United States carries out additional attacks, its response could expand to include other American military bases across the region. Well, meanwhile, explosions were also reported from several Iranian ports, including Bushehr, Bandar Abbas, and Sirik. Iranian media reported power outages in parts of Chabahar following these strikes while emergency teams rushed to the affected areas. Iranian officials also accused the US of attacking a railway bridge near Akala in northeastern Iran, although the US military has not officially confirmed that particular strike. The renewed exchange of attacks has further increased concerns over stability in the Middle East and the future of global energy supplies. The Strait of Hormuz remains one of the world's busiest oil transit routes, with a significant percentage of global crude oil shipments passing through the narrow waterway every day. And any disruption in the region could have serious implications for international trade, energy markets, and global fuel prices. Iran's parliamentary speaker and chief negotiator Mohammad Ghalibaf strongly criticized the United States, saying America continues to rely on threats and pressure instead of honoring commitments. He stated that Iran would not accept intimidation and insisted that the Strait of Hormuz would operate only under arrangements acceptable to Iran rather than under American pressure. The latest military exchange has once again raised fears of a wider regional conflict involving several nations. While diplomatic efforts had previously offered hope for reducing tensions, the fresh attacks have cast serious doubts over the future of any ceasefire or negotiated settlement. And with both Washington and Tehran adopting increasingly aggressive positions, the international community is closely monitoring developments, urging restraint and calling for renewed diplomatic engagement in order to prevent the conflict from escalating into a larger regional war. That's all for now. Stay tuned to the Savera for more updates. Do like, comment, and subscribe to the channel.